Hello everyone, welcome to another one of my walking videos. I am at Archway station at the moment, which is on zone 2-3 of the Northern Line on the High Barnet branch. I'm here a bit early because I'm going for a walk with a new walking group that I've just been recommended by somebody. This new walking group is called Totally Fun London. This is my very first walk with them, so I arrive a bit early. I'm just walking around now the Archway, and I'm inside the station at the moment to give you a view of the station and the Archway area generally. I have actually never been to Archway station before. Well, I've never been up and out here. I've gone past the station on the underground all the time. Never actually come up on the ground level to have a look at the place. This is the very first time I'm out here, so I'm just wandering around, looking at the place. It's looking very nice. It was a nice day, but very windy, very strong wind. And I'm impressed. I don't know why. I had the impression that Archway was just another tiny, dingy little place, but it turned out it's nice, new, clean, and modern, and I like the look of it. So here we are. I'm just walking around to give you a view of the place, waiting for the everyone to turn up and me introducing myself to the group once I've figured out who they are. All right, so we are starting off on our walk. I have obviously introduced myself, paid my fees, went through all that formality, and we are now starting off. But just in case you're wondering, it costs £4 per walk, or the cheaper option is pay £10 for the whole year. So I went for the £10 option, and we are now moving off, starting off here at Archway Station. In fact, I think this is probably Highgate Hill Road. So we'll be going up here, we'll be walking towards Highgate Cemetery. Now that's a really interesting place. I never knew that a cemetery could be a tourist attraction, could be so popular. And not only that, you have to pay to go in as well. And you see what I mean when we get there. It's turned out to be a really nice place. Alright, so we're having a quick stop over here because our guide were telling us that we are in the presence of a famous cat. See the statue of a cat inside the cage there? That cat apparently belongs to Dick Whittington, who was a very wealthy man a long, long time ago. He was Lord Mayor of London 3 times, and somehow a story grew out from him that he had a cat, and I think the cat made him a fortune or something like that, even though no one is even sure that he ever owned a cat. But there you go, that's how fairy tales and legend came about. It just somehow he had a cat and the cat made him his fortune. And I always thought that this Dick Whittington person was some fairy tale and nursery rhyme kind of story. I didn't realize that he was actually a real person. And instead of erecting a statue of him, they put up a statue of a cat instead. But yes, as I mentioned, he was a real person because I actually know of a person who works for the charitable trust that he helped created and left all his fortune to when he died. As I think he didn't have any children, he was childless, so there was no heir to his fortune. Therefore, when he died, he before he died, he created this charitable foundation and left all his fortune to. And to this day, this charitable trust is still functioning and still active and running. It's actually one of the richest charitable foundations around in London, and they donate lots of the money, the profit made, from the business and the land that he left to this charity. They donated a lot of this money to different charitable causes. We are now starting our walk around Highgate Cemetery. Now, I didn't know this cemetery was so popular and so famous. It's a lot bigger than I thought as well. The whole area is looking very nice, very genteel and pleasant. Unfortunately, this walk, we'll just walk around it. We don't actually go inside to have a look. So I think I would like to come back another time to actually go in and have a look at the place. However, it's not free. The east side of the cemetery, you have to pay £4 to go in, and that is the side that you can go in by yourself and wander around, have a look by yourself. The west side of the cemetery, you have to go on a guided tour, and that is at a certain time of day, I think usually very early in the morning, and that costs about £11 or £12. So I think I'll come back and probably just pay £4 to go on the cheaper side that I can just wander around by myself. The whole place is really nice and very expensive now, the land around here. I'm sure once upon a time it wasn't that expensive because I don't think many people would want to live near a cemetery. But nowadays, every inch of land in London is so expensive that even living next to a cemetery now is in high demand. Another reason this cemetery is so popular and famous is because a lot of famous people are buried here, such as Karl Marx, George Michael, and I am sure a bunch of other well-known people that I have no idea who they are. We are just now coming up to the main entrance to the cemetery. On the left-hand side, you can see a castle Gothic looking entrance. That's, I believe, is the west side of the cemetery. And this side here, on the right-hand side, this is the east side of the cemetery. This is where you can just pay £4 and go in, have a walk around it yourself. We're not going to go in today. We are only given about a 5-10 minutes look around the outside of it at the moment, and then we'll be moving on again. That's it, we are done with the cemetery. We are now moving on to Waterloo Park, which is right next to the cemetery. A very nice park as well. And then after the park, we'll be walking on to Highgate Village. That's it everyone, we are coming to the end of this video, but the walk shall continue much more into Highgate Village, eventually reaching Hampstead Heath. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye!